okay? Are you okay? Hello?
911, where is your emergency?
911? Yeah, my dad and I got into a car accident.
There was a motor vehicle accident?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I don't think he is.
Okay, where? On Jefferson Road?
When somebody calls 911, your call is automatically transferred to the police department. At the police department, the police dispatcher listens to the complaint of the person calling and dispatches the appropriate services.
Central Communications to Station 100, Station 49, Patrol. Respond, Jefferson Road, approximately 1/2 mile east of Shawks Crossing Road. Motor vehicle accident, car versus pole. At Station 100, Station 49, Patrol. Respond, Jefferson Road, 1/2 mile east of Shawks Crossing. Motor vehicle accident, car versus pole.
14 Central, I'll be around the motor vehicle accident on Jefferson.
The initial call will come into our dispatch center via 911. Our dispatch will take the call, and then they'll dispatch us to the incident, which in this case is a motor vehicle collision. They'll dispatch the fire company, the ambulance service, and also the police department, which is myself. From wherever I'm at in patrol in town, I'll make my response using lights and sirens. Once I arrive on scene, my primary function is initially to protect the scene and make sure everybody at the scene is safe, and also any traffic in the area is diverted around the scene safely. From there, I'll approach the car, I'll speak to any witnesses, find out if there are any injuries, treat any injuries the best I can initially, and then advise the ambulance and also the responding fire company of the situation that I have. And in this incident, there was a single occupant of the car who was injured and trapped inside the car, and a passenger who was outside the car and uninjured.
Sir, Sergeant Jankowski from the police department. Can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me?
14 Central, driver of the vehicle is unconscious. I need fire and EMS to step it up. Sir, I'll be right back.
Responding units, the police department's the first to arrive. Then after that, usually get the fire company who will arrive, and they'll set up their vehicles for extrication, and then the rescue squad will arrive and they'll begin treating the patient.
The way volunteers are summoned is with a pager. And generally speaking, we know that there's going to be either a bad accident or the possibility of a fire because we hear a second set of tones. So we hear both our tone go off and then the Plainsboro Rescue Squad tone. Then we know that an ambulance is always being sent, so the police dispatcher has either received calls that there's a bad accident or enough calls about smoke or somebody seeing a fire that we know we're likely to have a job and not just be responding to an alarm malfunction or something like that.
Medical calls will involve a police officer, and in Plainsboro we're fortunate to have a police officer on just about every medical call, and an ambulance or multiple ambulances if such services are required. Many other calls, fire calls, automobile accidents, other calls like that will require a grouping of services, including a police officer, an ambulance or more than one ambulance, as well as fire services.
When we receive a call for an accident, the first thing you start doing is start thinking about where it is and what's happened. Sometimes you just get the information that somebody might be trapped in a car. You start thinking about the location. You start thinking about the type of accident. Sometimes we know it's a head-on collision, so we know we're going to have a serious accident. We also provide a landing zone for New Jersey State Police medevac helicopters. So you start to think, you know, the accident location, where is it? Where could we land a helicopter? Are there fields, of which there are fewer and fewer in Plainsboro? You're trying to think as you're responding, what do I know about the situation? Or one person trapped, two people trapped? The EMTs will tell you that what you try to do is get the person from the scene of the accident when it occurred into a hospital emergency room in what's called the golden hour, the 60-minute period. So you start to think, what am I going to find when I get there? What kind of tools and equipment? How many members are responding? So there's a whole planning process that goes into the responding to the accident itself.
When we're dispatched to a call, particularly in this case a motor vehicle accident, some of the things that are running through your mind is, are we going to have enough personnel available to handle the call? Are we going to have enough resources available to handle the call? Or are we going to start calling in additional fire companies for assistance? A lot plays into it. Utility companies, are they going to be needed? Making sure that all the available resources are dispatched.
Volunteerism is very important in a township like Plainsboro. The people who respond to these calls from the fire company, from the rescue squad on the nights and the weekends are all volunteers. They do this on their own time. They gain a lot of respect from the people in the community. They get the opportunity to help people. They get the opportunity to learn things that also not only help the community, but help themselves at home if something happens.
When I'm going to an accident call, I'm trying to think, okay, is there a pedestrian involved? How many vehicles are involved? What type of vehicle? How many occupants are in the vehicle? From an EMS standpoint, because I also do that, I'm wondering, what are the severity of the injuries? Are we going to need more EMTs on the scene? Are we going to need more ambulances on the scene? What tools are we going to need to use to get to people if they're trapped?
I joined the rescue squad at the urging of my daughter, who became an emergency medical technician at 16. I've stuck it out for a number of reasons. First is that my 50 closest friends are the other members of the squad. It's great. We have a diverse group with a lot of interests, but they're a wonderful group of people, and I'm proud to call them my friends.
The ranking fire officer establishes scene command. The ranking EMS officer establishes EMS operations. These two individuals will oversee the entire operation and ensure that all patients are handled appropriately and the scene is secure and safe for all personnel.
Firefighters are trained, whether it's a fire or a motor vehicle accident, to do what's called a size-up, to quickly look at the situation and also to quickly assess what's called the life safety hazards involved. In addition to just the normal, what you have as a problem, that somebody's either crashed into another car, into a tree or another object, you're looking quickly around. Are there power lines involved? Is there a fuel spill or a fuel leak? Is there anything that's going to endanger the rescuers as well? Very quickly sizing up what you're going to need to get the person out of the car if they're trapped in it. Is this a simple matter of just spreading a door apart with one of our tools and popping the door to get them out, or is this going to be an involved operation that you're going to have to cut off a roof or make a lot of other changes in what's happened to the vehicle in order to get the person out?
Sir. Can you tell me what happened?
We were driving on this road and there was a deer that came over the road and he swerved but he hit the pole.
Okay. Your dad's being taken care of. My people will look at him. What's your name?
Sasha.
Sasha. What's your dad's name?
John.
John. Okay. What does your dad have any medical problems that we need to know about?
He has high blood pressure. I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember everything that happened? Okay. You remember you got out of the car and everything? Is anything bothering you?
No.
Feel any problems with your back or your neck or anything? No. Okay. You mind if I just touch your neck?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we loosen this up? Okay.
Left pupil fixed, non-reactive. Right pupil, mild and reactive.
And your Dad, he just hit the windshield and he's...
Yeah.
Okay, we're taking good care of him, I promise, okay? You're going to come with me. I'm going to put you in one of our ambulances so we can check you out inside, okay?
Okay.
I promise to take good care of your dad, all right? Come with me.
Pulse 120, ready. Breath sounds left lung. No breath sounds right lung. Breathing is shallow.
Come on in here. You're warm in here. Got a seat right here. Okay, Sasha? I know. Taking good care of your dad. Tell me, not feeling any pain at all?
Hey Ryan, what you got?
Okay, she's starting to feel some neck pain. Let's get a collar on her. Like, get this coat off of you. Just do it carefully. I don't want you to twist around.
I'm just gonna put my hands on your head and hold your head straight, okay?
Okay, Jimmy, we're hooked up 15 liters per minute.
All right. Medics are about 5 minutes out.
Good.
There we go.
This collar's a little uncomfortable. Just be there to help hold your head nice and still, okay? There we go. Looks like a good fit. Okay. Sasha, you feel anything down here on your back? Does that hurt you at all?
A little bit, but
Okay.
nothing bad.
I'm gonna get a kid, Gordon.
Okay.
Just stay with her.
Okay.
Very.
We encourage all of our members to learn how to use the Hearst Rescue tool, which most people know is the Jaws of Life. And we have airbags and a lot of other equipment, and you just can't drive out of a firehouse and put them to use. So on a regular basis, if you come by on a Tuesday night some night, you'll see the area lit up and you'll see us cutting the cars apart. Some people donate cars to us. Sometimes the people who tow the cars, with whom we have really good relationships because we see them unfortunately all too often, will give us cars that they don't want or need, and we'll practice cutting them apart, practice some scenarios that go along with various extrications or difficult things. You know, lifting cars up off of people, lifting cars and stabilizing them so they don't roll over again. So there's a whole process of training.
Sasha, what this is, it's called a kit. It's like a vest, and it's a little stiff, and it's just going to go around you to help hold your spine still, okay? Just so we don't hurt you while we try to move you around, okay?
Okay.
No, this is uncomfortable, Sasha. This is for your protection.
The reason I joined Plainsboro Fire Company is my father had joined the fire company shortly after it was formed in 1960, and at that time my brother and I were 10 years old, and we would come to the firehouse on work nights or various occasions with him, and we did that until we were both old enough to join in 1968. Throughout the years, we both married and had children, and the same thing applied to our sons. They came with us to the firehouse as they were growing up, and now they're very actively involved.
Okay, Jimmy, we're good to roll.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I got that.
All right, Rachel, grab my foot on the shoulder. Okay, we're gonna go on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Down.
Here in the township of Plainsboro, we're very lucky. The volunteer fire company and the volunteer rescue squad have been around for a long time. They've worked together for a long time. So it makes it a benefit to the residents of this township, because when they come out to the scenes of motor vehicle collisions, fire scenes, even household emergencies, it's very impressive. It's very exciting to watch because they work very well together, and it benefits everyone, the police department, themselves, and the residents.
Sir, can you open your eyes?
Open
your
up.
eyes. Sir, do you remember what happened? Do you know where you are?
The message for the volunteer services in Plainsboro is that there's a very warm welcome here. Everyone is welcome to give it a shot. It's not for everybody, and sometimes it can be demanding in terms of training requirements and other things, but the door is open and we welcome everybody who wants to join.
This group of people are the finest group of giving people I could think of. These people are great at giving to others.
Someone once said it this way, that you get a look at a different slice of life. You get a chance to help people out when no one else really can.
When you have that opportunity to really affect someone's life and to change their life for the better, or to extend their life, to allow them to have more time with their families, to keep enjoying things, is absolutely incredible.
If somebody approached me about joining volunteering Plainsboro Fire Company, I would certainly encourage him to do that, but I would also inform him that it's a very demanding obligation. It requires a lot of training, a lot of time, but there is a lot of rewards to that.
When we take someone to the hospital, one of the interesting things is we often don't know what happened after that. With HIPAA laws, the hospital takes care of the patient. We don't hear from them.
I'm also a member of the Plainsboro Rescue Squad, and we had an accident probably about a year ago where we extricated somebody, and that person, as he was recovering, actually visited both organizations, and it was very nice to see somebody that came back and gave us words of thanks.
We've had people come by the squad and bring us candy, send us notes, sometimes send us a check in gratitude for what we've done. It's great when we hear from people and know how they're doing.
You don't see it too often, but when you do, it really hits home.
Volunteer emergency responders are very important to the Township of Plainsboro.
You are equipped and you are trained to help people in a way that very few other people can, and they depend on it.
I still enjoy it after 39 years. Again, it's a very big commitment. If you figure of all the time that you've given up throughout the years, the sacrifices that your families had to make, but they understand that.
If you like what you see, if you think you'd like this group of people as I do, come down to the squad any evening around 8 p.m. At 8 p.m. there's a crew here checking out and restocking an ambulance for a duty shift. Come meet them. Ask them what they think about it. Ask for a tour. Ask to be shown around. The one thing I have to tell you is if we get a 911 call, they're going to have to leave. You're just going to have to come back later. But go ahead, come back later. Get to meet our crew. You'll really like it.
If you want to check it out, come and check it out. I mean, it's not for everyone, but if it is for you, you'll find it extremely rewarding going out and helping people, and also the friends you meet along the way. It's also a huge benefit of emergency services, especially in Plainsboro.